everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Vanessa and today I'm going to be showing you guys my gluten-free English muffin recipe. Now, I have tried a whole bunch of gluten-free English muffins on the market, and to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of them, and I loved English muffins when I can actually eat them. But I think that this recipe is pretty good. I don't know, you guys would have to try and check it out. But yeah, if you guys are looking for any other gluten-free recipe, sandwich bread or bagels, those will all be linked in the playlist down below, so go ahead and check it out. And yeah, without further ado, then let's go ahead and see how we make these gluten-free English muffins. And of course, anything that I don't get to, either recipe-wise or ingredient-wise, will all be down below in the description. So go ahead and check that out. But what we're gonna do right now is we're going to line a baking sheet with foil wrap, and then we're also going to kind of cover it just a little bit with some gluten-free cornmeal. You can get this from Bob's Red Mill. For some reason, I didn't record the package, but it's there. And then into a medium bowl, we're gonna add 2 eggs, and just like every other bread recipe, we want warm water that's about at 110 degrees. 100's okay also, but we want it about 110, and then we heated up some butter and we warmed it up, and then we cooled it down. So we just kind of melted it and then we let it cool down. We did about 2 tablespoons. And then into the stand mixer, we're gonna do a whole bunch of ingredients. So this is the flour that I recommend. I also recommend this same one in my bagel recipe. I get this at Smart & Final, but you guys can use other ones. I think that this one works the best. But basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna add all of this to the stand mixer, and it's flour. It's oat flour. Now, if you can't find oat flour, because I couldn't in my area, like at all, I just ground up oats. So just get some gluten-free oats and just grind them up. It works the exact same. Honestly, I preferred it a little bit better, but yeah. And then we did baking powder, we did sugar, we did rapid rise yeast. That's the blue one, not the red one. And then we did nonfat dried milk powder. That one is a new one for me. I've never used it until I started baking gluten-free. So yes, non-fat dry milk powder. You can find it at the stores. Like I said, all the measurements will be down below. We did salt, we did xanthum gum, we did all kinds of stuff. So go ahead and check that down below, because there's a whole bunch of measurements that I don't want to confuse you guys on. And then we're going to mix all of that together. Make sure you scrape down the sides and make sure it's well combined before we start adding the wet ingredients, which was the egg, butter, and all that mixture. And then we're gonna add it into the stand mixer. Now, you're gonna wanna beat this for a while. I think we beat it for like 5 minutes or so, because you're looking for like a cookie dough texture. I know I usually say like a sticky Play-Doh, but this one's a little bit different. It's more like a cookie dough. And I left the clips exactly as they are because I wanted to show you guys the whole different like textures that it goes through, because I always talk about them in my videos, but I kind of wanted to show you guys what I was talking about. So right here, you know, you see that we just poured it in. At this point, we're probably mixing for like a minute, and then we switch over to like 3 minutes, and you'll see the different textures. So this is exactly what I'm talking about in my videos. It's a texture thing. It really is, because then you see that it starts to get more sticky, and it starts to look more like cookie dough. Like throw in some chocolate chips and it looks exactly like cookie dough. Do you see what I mean? So this is exactly what I was trying to tell you guys in all my other videos. Look at that. Look at how it starts to get together. So this is the type of texture we're looking for. We're looking for more of a cookie dough this time, not a sticky Play-Doh. Cookie dough. Your hands will get sticky, but when we're rolling them, you want to add water to your hands as you're rolling them. I think that is the same as when we did our rolls, and the rolls are similar in you know, ingredients and recipe and things like that. Of course, it's a little bit different, but basically the same thing. So we are also going to start to roll them out onto the cornmeal. Did I say cornmeal in the beginning? Just in case I didn't, that's cornmeal that's laying there, and like I said, you can get it from Bob's Red Mill. But you're gonna want to wet your hands and then roll them into a ball. Now, I made my husband put them right in the middle just so that you guys can see them. But I think you want to add about 4 to one side and 4 to the other side. So there should be about 8 that sits on one cookie sheet. You want to give it a little bit of room to proof. These don't proof that much, but they will proof. So just don't want them to get stuck together. And I'm just showing you guys the wetting the hands and the rolling and, you know, kind of just everything, just so that you guys can kind of see the entire process. I know that I cut a lot in my videos, but this way you guys can actually see and do and copy, because I know if you're anything like me, like I'm somebody who has to watch, like monkey see, monkey do type of thing. Like that's exactly how I am. And then I know people who are more like readers and they learn, or, you know, just listeners and they learn. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys kind of like an everything, just in case. But once you get all of them onto the baking sheets, then we are going to cover them loosely with sprayed plastic wrap, or saran wrap, I guess. You want to spray it with non-stick spray. Make sure it's gluten-free. Yes, I've made that mistake before. I didn't realize that not all of them are gluten-free. But we're going to spray them, and then we're going to leave them we just left them on the stove. You guys can leave them wherever, a decent warm area in the house, nothing too crazy. And we're going to leave them there for about an hour. And once that magical hour is done, we're going to preheat the oven at this point at 350. You don't want to preheat it before, because otherwise your house gets freaking scorching hot. And then my husband took this big old spatula and pressed it down. Of course, do more of a flat one, that way they come out more flat. But yes, this worked out just fine. If you don't have one, maybe your hand, I can say that works. That would work. Well, we're just going to press them down, and then we're going to top them more with cornmeal. Like I said, make sure that the cornmeal is gluten-free. If you guys got a scanner, maybe you guys can't find Bob's Red Mill. I know that there is a few that aren't labeled gluten-free, but you can find some that don't have gluten. But that's completely up to you guys. If you guys are very sensitive, I would suggest the ones that are definitely considered gluten-free, where they're even certified and labeled. If not, I know that there are some that don't have any products in there, but they can't really say that they're gluten-free because of the factories and stuff that they come from. So once again, that's up to you guys on which ones you want to use, but Bob's Red Mill does have one that is gluten-free. But we're going to top all of them with gluten-free cornmeal. And then this is seriously what we're going to repeat over and over again until we're done with all of them. We did vegetable oil. Now do vegetable, canola, sunflower, peanut, whichever. It's because it needs a high heating temperature. So do not use olive oil. We don't want to catch the house on fire. But basically we did vegetable oil, but it's completely up to you guys which one you want to use. And then we coat the pan with it, heat it up. Well, not really dry it out. Well, yeah, kind of. We kind of just like grab a thing and just dry it out like this. And then we just throw them on, and then we're going to brown them. Now in this video, I noticed that mine look a little burnt. They're not burnt. I promise they're not. It's the lighting, because I tell you guys all the time, my lighting sucks, but they're not burnt. I don't think. They didn't taste burnt. But basically, we're just going to cook them until they're brown on the two sides, and then once they are, you're going to take them down. Now the reason you keep seeing him push these down is because they do start to bubble up. We do want them to bubble a little bit, but we don't want them to bubble a lot. So just kind of push them down. If you start to see them like dome or bubble, just kind of want to press them down, press them down, press them down. And we did the temperature at medium, but maybe they look burnt. Maybe they were burnt. But maybe they were, because our stove gets hot. So just play around with the temperature a little bit. But basically, it's just repeating this whole process. You're going to put some oil in, you're going to heat up the oil, and then we're going to, get the oil out, kind of wipe it away with a napkin, and then set them down. That's how they look. We're going to put them on some parchment paper after, because now they're going to go in the oven right after this. If you guys can look at the texture of them while they're sitting there like that, you can kind of see an English muffin in a way, right? Like the texture and everything, like it, yeah, I don't know. To me, that's what I was seeing. So I got so excited at this point. I love English muffins. And yeah, one thing I didn't realize, my stove is very dirty. In this video, we had already made bagels, cookies, and cupcakes. So my stove was a mess, and then we made English muffins. Yes, we have cookies. We have chocolate chip cookies coming, and I also have Hostess cupcakes coming. So make sure you guys stay around. We'll keep a lookout for those videos. I probably at this point, they might already be up when you guys are watching this, but yeah, they're coming. If it's not up, they're coming. But pretty much once we're done with all of that, we're going to throw them in the oven at 350, and then we're going to turn halfway through. And we put them in there for about, I'm trying to think. I want to say about 30 minutes or so. But yeah, look at these babies. Just look at them. Like I said, I will leave everything down below if I missed it. I don't remember the time. I want to say we put them in for 30 minutes, turn them at 15. Not flip them, just turn the cookie sheet. But look at them. They look exactly like English muffins. Oh my God. And they were so good. So freaking good. Now, of course, I have to show you guys them being cut open, at least one. Now, when you look at the texture, it does resemble the rolls that we make, the texture of the bread, but who eats an English muffin just like that? I mean, if you do, I'm sorry. But of course we gotta toast it. Look at that baby. Oh, you know what I love is that watching this, I have a crap ton left over in my fridge, and we've been eating them every morning, and it's been great. I love it. I love English muffins, and I miss them so much. And these were so good. I'm not kidding. You guys have to try this. If you don't try any of my breads, my bagels, my rolls, my anything, you have to try these. You do. It's mandatory. It's a homework assignment for you guys. You have to try this. It's so easy, super easy recipe, so good. And then I put butter, and I like them with jelly, but my mom likes them with peanut butter. You just look at that. Or you guys can make like a sandwich, like a breakfast sandwich. Oh my gosh, so good. Please try this. Please, you guys have to. Like, just for me. Look it. And then my husband stole it while I was trying to get my shot. And then I sped this up for you because I didn't realize I got it on camera. We start fighting over that piece. Yeah, we basically start fighting over it. And then he leaves that. But you guys have to give this a try. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you guys haven't already. But if not, that's fine. You're welcome back anytime. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.